What's up, guys? Howdy there, folks. My name's Joe Little. Sitting across from me is Lamar Costin. Welcome to the Two Honks podcast, where one man's honk is another man's honks. How are you this evening, Lamar?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yourself?
I'm all right. I'm better.
You're better.
I'm better than ever, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I actually had a dental visit since I saw you last time.
Oh, okay.
And I don't want to go into a whole thing here,
Okay.
but like why is a dentist's office so awful? Why do they make it so painful? Do you think?
Isn't that like a requirement? Like the dentist's office has to be an uncomfortable and not very pleasant place to be.
The mint flavoring doesn't make it better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like
No.
the only thing that I can say is they gave me the option between mint and berry flavor,
Yeah.
which is kind of like
Well, when you're a kid, you go with berry flavor, right?
when you're a kid, as you mature into mint, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why? I mean,
I
how
don't
is that?
know.
Why is that? Why does that cost me $150 for that?
You know what's funny is I didn't go to a dentist's office this week, but I did use mouthwash for the very first time
Yeah.
in my entire life this week.
Why would you do such a thing?
Because for one, I need to.
Yeah.
In my early 20s, I was, what's a nice way to put this? Home free for a while.
Okay.
And I did not brush my teeth for many years.
Really?
So I definitely still have problems there. So I'm starting this mouthwash thing.
You went years without brushing your teeth.
I went years without brushing my teeth.
I think that is news to me. I did not know
That's
that.
a news to you?
Yeah, that's
the
news.
My teeth look fairly all right.
So what you're saying is that anybody who's listening, you don't need to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Basically.
They're not going to fall out if you don't brush for years.
So it's a scam.
I'm living proof of this.
So the whole thing is a scam.
Well, you do need to brush your teeth.
Like
That's-
once a year or once every 2 years. Basically, you're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it more often now.
Yeah.
I think if I kept that going, I'd be having more serious problems than I already do.
Yeah.
But because of that, I'm afraid to go to a dentist. I'm very afraid to go to a dentist because I think there's going to be some bad news.
Have you not been in a long time?
I have not been in a very long time. Last time. Okay, so check this out. Last time I went to a dentist was when I was 21 years old.
Okay.
And it was because I needed to get my wisdom teeth removed because my teeth were in terrible pain.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is in the midst of the me not brushing my teeth for several years phase.
Right.
And the dentist looked in my mouth and told me that I had the worst case of pericornitis that he's ever seen.
I've never even heard that word before.
I've never heard that word before, and I still don't know what pericornitis is.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
Sounds made up.
But all I know is I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's fine.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
Well,
So
I'm going to say this. I went to the dentist for the first time in 10 years, I think last year.
okay.
And I brushed my teeth once a day-ish. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was partying hard, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I might have not have been home or had a toothbrush for a couple days on a bender. But I will say this. If you get one of those, the vibrating toothbrushes, the vibrators,
Yeah.
if you use one of those, I think that makes all the difference. Because I went in there and they were like, your teeth look great. You have no cavities.
Wow.
I was like, really? Because I went and saw another dentist and she said I had a bunch of cavities.
Really?
So there's two things I said there.
Yeah.
One, I'm great and my mouth is amazing.
Yeah.
Second, dentists are liars.
They're all liars.
You can't trust them.
So if you go to a dentist, and this is just life advice right here.
Yeah.
If you go to a dentist and they give you a bad, review, like bad review of your teeth, just shop it around.
Go shop your mouth around because
shop your mouth around.
you might find a better deal, better review somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, go with the dentist that says you're doing great.
Yeah. I like it when people tell me I'm doing great.
Yeah, I don't like it when people, I don't like it when people criticize.
Yeah.
Because criticism is not, no, that's not how I grow.
Doesn't make me feel good.
That's not how we grow as people.
So, I mean, the dentist is a whole thing. I think that it's a made up profession.
Okay.
And we're like, when we're kids, we're told to go there, and like they even bring us there. Yeah. Our parents bring us there as kids so we can get used to it. Yeah. Because you're gonna have to do this your whole life, and you got to take care of your mouth.
And I mean, we're living in a simulation anyway. Yeah. So nothing really matters.
So why would I give them my fake money for this fake treatment?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I did go, and they took my money.
Yeah.
And I left with a minty mouth. It's like, thanks. That was $150.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
$150 to say you're fine.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I wanted to also just kind of update people on the. I was listening to the Doom Jazz.
Okay.
I have moved on.
Der House of Gore.
Yeah, I mean, I really loved the time that I spent with that playlist, and we had some really good times together. But after like listening to it for about a week, it started to become kind of pedantic, if that's a word.
Pandantic?
Pandemic?
Pandemic?
Pediatrician?
Podiatrist?
It became kind of podiatrist to me.
Yeah.
And so, like, what I mean by that is it kind of
pedestrian?
Is like... It's kind of like it's like preschool. Okay. Yeah, it's like pedestrian. Thank you.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we go.
Why do so many words start with that?
Yeah.
Anyways, it's kind of like a good introduction to what's really going on in that genre. Yeah. It's kind of topical.
Okay.
I moved on to what's known as drone jazz.
Drone jazz.
So doom jazz is kind of like your frou-frou, your light and fluffies, heroin in your veins, and the Club de Gore.
Isn't it heroin and your veins?
Heroin and your veins.
So this is very specifically the heroin is on the outside of your veins.
It's just heroin, and here's your veins. Yeah. Here and here.
Not here and here.
Here, O-N.
This is not good.
And your veins.
You just want it near your veins.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be inside. Yeah. Just and. Which I do. I really like that artist, actually. But yeah, I moved on to drone jazz.
Okay.
It's not like it's
a good example of drone jazz. How would you describe that?
It's way creepier.
Okay.
It's spooky. It's almost like spooky sounds. So there's no rhythm. There's no instruments.
Yeah.
Like that's for kids.
There's no instruments?
The doom jazz is like, I want to like a suspenseful, like Twin Peaks theme kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Which is great, right?
Yeah.
But it's also like, my first rodeo. After you get over that hump, it's kind of like, I want to get spooky. I want to get scared.
Yeah.
So then you go and look at drone jazz. And that's basically like, it sounds like you're in a warehouse, a dark warehouse. And somebody dropped a quarter on a metal shipping container.
Yeah.
And that quarter rolls around and like screeches up against some other things. Yeah. As it's moving around. And maybe there's like some kind of a groaning sound coming from one of the corners of the warehouse. That's kind of the vibe of this. It's very much like, what was that?
Yeah.
Is that a large animal?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's music with no instruments and just like large animals like brushing up against things.
I mean, I would argue that it's not even music.
Oh, okay.
Which is why it's so great.
Okay. Awesome.
That's what I'm into.
Okay.
Because you get pretty sophisticated the more you listen to this.
Okay. So everything else is pedestrian to you at this point.
It's just like pop music. You might as well just turn on like whatever 99 point
T Swift
76 and X. Yeah.
Taylor Tony Swift.
Terrible Swift.
Yeah, terrible Swift. Tony Swift. More like terrible Swift. What are we talking about?
Tony Swift.
What are we talking about here, guys? Well, anyway, I had an idea.
Okay.
I want to start a business venture.
Oh, you want to? Okay, you're very entrepreneurial.
I'm extremely entrepreneurial. I'm extremely entrepreneurial.
So what's your entrepreneurial idea?
So here's the thing: is I want to start a business and I want it to purely exist to sponsor podcasts because, we got to share the love.
Wait, so you would start a company that sponsors podcasts?
Yeah, purely just sponsors podcasts. I don't even care if it makes money.
Okay, well,
I just want to take our money.
Yeah.
And I want to use it to sponsor other people's podcasts. And,
okay.
I want them to promote whatever product it is that I'm selling.
And what's the product that you're going to be selling?
So I don't know yet.
Okay.
But I know that it's going to have something to do with balls.
Balls?
Yes.
Like balls?
Like testicles. Like male testicles.
They get medical with it.
And the reason for this is because it's everywhere.
Cojones.
Everybody's talking about balls.
The balls are in your face nowadays.
Yeah, the balls are in your face. When I was a kid, nobody was talking about balls.
The balls are in your court. They're in your face.
Yeah.
Not only are they in your court.
Yeah, when I was grown, I was raised to believe that balls were to be hidden. But now we live in a modern world where balls are celebrated.
We live in a balls forward society.
Yeah, balls forward society. Exactly. Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Right. Balls positive.
Balls positive. It's a balls positive world.
There's a lot of shame around balls.
Yeah.
I'd never really thought about it that way.
Like, that company that makes the razors for the pubic hair, Smooth My Balls.
Smooth My Balls contacted us many times.
Yeah, many times. We're just not accepting. And then there was Manscaped.
Right.
That's another very ball-centric company.
Right.
And then there's that other company called the Sheath Underwear. We're not sponsored by any of these, by the way. Just want to make that clear.
Yeah. This is just what we in the ball world.
Yeah, Sheath Underwear. It's that underwear company that has the separate little pouch for the balls.
Okay.
And they're talking about balls all the time. So I want to get in on that racket, Right. There's got to be something to that. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if it's people just want to talk about balls more. I don't know, but I want to learn more. So we need to come up with a balls-centric product.
Some kind of a balls-centric product that nobody's has done before.
Yeah, exactly. Because everybody's talking about it.
I mean, yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're onto something.
Pretty sure I am, Lamar. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you come up with this product, could we be a sponsor?
We could be a sponsor
for the product that you create.
Could we? Here's a thought. Here's a little side thought. Could we sponsor a podcast with our podcast? Like, could we sponsor somebody else's podcast?
We're the product?
Like, Like, listen to the such and such a podcast sponsored by the Two Honks podcast.
Would we just be, like, plugging people the whole time then?
Yeah, I mean...
Or they would be plugging us.
They would be plugging us.
That's, like, more...
We wouldn't have to plug them because we're sponsoring them.
That's kind of like a butt thing, huh?
Yeah.
Plugging?
Yeah, I think so. Well, but we're not talking about butts. We're talking about balls.
We've talked a lot about butts in the past.
We have.
We've pretty much covered that domain.
We have. We got an email recently. Somebody that said we've been talking about sex too much.
Right.
And my only advice to you is to find a different podcast to listen to because...
We're sex positive.
We're sex positive.
We've talked about that before. We're not going to... growing up... We're taught to be really ashamed of it.
Yeah.
And we're just over that. We're kind of like moving forward.
We're here to celebrate, guys.
We're celebrating everything that it is to be human, and sex is part of that. So
exactly. I mean,
so are balls.
I mean, yeah.
Are you afraid of that?
Yeah, don't be afraid of it.
Are you?
You know what else everybody's talking about lately?
What's that?
Poop.
Right.
Balls and poop. Everybody's balls and poop.
Yeah.
What? Poop is the one that mystifies me. I don't understand.
Why is it? Yeah. Every time I go into work, everybody's like, "How did you poop? How many times did you poop today?"
Yeah. Because
why are you asking me that?
And you got a long list of products that promote pooping as well.
Right.
You got the Squatty Potty.
Squatty Potty's huge, especially in Portland.
You got that company Tushy. You even have one. You have a bidet.
Everybody's got a bidet now.
Everybody loves the bidet now.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about their poop, and then there's that one company with the guy with the beard that's talking about all the toxic poop in your body, and
right, yeah,
I think it's called like colon broom or something like that.
Right, they're putting all kinds of stuff up there.
They're trying to So if I'm walking around with toxic poop in my body,
right?
I've been walking around with it for all these years,
just carrying it.
I mean, what's it doing to me? What's so bad that's happening? What do you think?
I honestly don't know anything about poop.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
I want to be poop positive, but I just don't know where to start.
Yeah, well, and if you're out there and you're listening to this show and you're a poop positive person, you think you have some educational points so we could understand why everybody's so passionate about poop, go ahead and shoot us an email to honkspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know why we should be passionate about poop.
Yeah, and I want to support poop. Yeah. I want to be positive.
Yeah.
If that is what we need to do.
Yeah, I think that maybe it's time we think more.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well said.
Let's start thinking more.
Yeah.
Let's
well, okay, and
balls positive. Maybe we can be poo positive too.
Right. We can get balls deep in thought, maybe.
Yeah.
About it.
Balls deep in thought. I like that.
And let me just segue here because you're talking about thinking more. You have recently gone sober from alcohol. Is that right?
California sober.
You're California sober. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yeah. So this is the serious part of the podcast, I guess.
It's getting real now.
This is getting the real.
Yeah.
So yeah, I quit drinking alcohol.
Okay.
And I just decided that it wasn't bringing anything positive into my life at all.
Right.
So,
okay. And
I've noticed like a couple of things since I stopped drinking.
And how far in are you now?
I'm like a week in.
Okay. That's
1 weekend. This is the first.
That's a long time.
This is the first Two Honks podcast where I haven't had a beer in my hand.
This is the first Two Honks podcast where we're both not drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if anybody's watching this show and being like, hey, Joe's acting a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Well, Joe's sober. So maybe.
Get over it.
Maybe that's just who I am.
Yeah.
But it hasn't. And so I've realized a couple of things. So for one, when you drink every day for a long time like I did, you're always thinking about where your beer can is.
Right.
You know? So,
like, did I put it over here?
Yeah, did I put it over here? If I don't have it in my hand, like, especially if you're trying to like do stuff around your house, it gets very distracting.
Right.
And for an ADHD person like myself who already has troubles focusing, it wasn't helping. You know?
Right. It's like we got to keep track of this thing now.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
So since I stopped, I'm more likely to complete a task for one.
Okay.
And then the other one that's been really crazy to me is it's way easier to love my wife.
Interesting.
And it's not like I loved my wife any less before while I was drinking.
Right.
It's just, it's easier to show her that I love her.
Okay.
Because now I can just sit down on the couch, throw my arm around her, and we can watch a TV show together.
Right.
And I don't have to get up and go grab a beer or look for my beer can or anything like that. So that's a weird thing.
Yeah.
You know, because I quit drinking because I was like, I'm pretty certain alcohol is affecting my life in ways that I don't even realize right now.
Right.
And those are two of them. That's the ones that I didn't even I didn't see that coming. I got blindsided by it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I noticed one of the benefits of stopping drinking was that I was hydrated all the time.
Yeah.
Suddenly I was just like, I guess this is what it's like to not be constantly dehydrated.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, every time you come over, I offer you you took a seltzer water.
I help myself to a bubbly.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you can have whatever you want.
But I mean, I don't really need it per se because I'm so hydrated.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm extremely hydrated as well. You know, I almost feel rude when people offer me a beverage like a soda or something like that, and I have to turn them down just because I'm so damn hydrated.
You're so hydrated, but the other interesting thing is you don't like pee all the time.
Yeah.
Like when you're drinking, like it's like always peeing all the time.
Yeah.
It's like beer, pee, beer, pee, beer, pee, 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 beer, beer, PBR, beer.
Pee beer.
Yeah, all the time. Beer.
Yeah.
And not having to do that, it's kind of a nice relief.
Yeah. Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's not so much back and forth. It's easier to focus. And I enjoy it. I appreciate it.
That's great. I'm really proud of you.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we go. We're still in our first little segment of this podcast here. We're about 20 minutes in. What are you thinking here, Lamar?
I mean, let's go ahead and just take a little break here.
Let's take a quick break.
We're going to take a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got some doozies.
We saved the heavy hitters for the second half.
There's some heavy hitters coming up here, guys, so stay tuned.
Go ahead and strap in here.
Yeah, strap in.
And we're back.
Okay.
So
yeah,
let's go ahead and have a moment of celebration here, because people who don't live in St. John's might not have noticed this, but we well, let me give a little bit of backstory first.
Yeah.
Because if you're just listening to this now, you don't know that our podcast name is actually based on our first real community fight.
Yeah, it was our first concept. And we honestly, I think we thought we would talk about it more than we actually ended up talking about it.
Didn't end up being the main thing for our show.
But yeah, the establishment we took down was very weak, and we're very strong.
Right.
And we're very large, and we're very strong. So that's why,
right, in
comparison, they were very weak. And it was really easy.
We're kind of like immovable.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just like dust in the wind to us. And we're speaking, of course, about establishments in Portland that sell honks of meat at extremely overpriced prices.
Yeah.
And we decided to take down Burgerville.
Yeah.
And that was because when you buy a honk of meat at Burgerville, you get a quarter of a honk, and they charge you a full honk price.
Yeah.
And they make you think that you're getting a deal.
Quarter honks for full honks prices. And they make the burger look really big.
It's all in Photoshop and all that stuff.
But they're shoving it full of onions and berries.
You're shoving a quarter pound honk of meat, quarter a honk in your face, and they're charging you a full.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, and this is just for people who haven't heard this before.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, you buy a honk, you get a honk for free. You get BOGO honks.
Yeah, BOGO honks.
That's how things were back in the day.
That's how we did it. That's how, when I was a kid back in my neighborhood, you buy a honk, they give you a free pair of shoes.
Right, you get a free pair of shoes.
Yeah.
So
I love those shoes too.
The first thing that we focused on in this podcast was the honk prices in Portland are out of control, and we're going to change it. So we started with Burgerville, and I want to just announce for everybody so that they know we single-handedly put Burgerville out of business.
We shut them down.
The St. John's location is closed.
Yeah.
It has a sign that says temporarily closed, which is a lie, and we all know that.
Yeah.
They're not coming back because...
Get out of town, guys.
We had a little picket fence party out there.
Yeah.
We held some signs up, and they had no choice but to close.
We're gonna post some pictures, at least one picture.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see the pics. It was big.
We basically gave them no choice. We told them to cut their honk prices or leave our town.
Yeah.
And
or we were going to lead a boycott, and our community is so large now that that was going to affect them overall.
Yeah, and we do appreciate the millions in donations we got from you guys. We spent most of that on drugs.
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of money on the drugs,
but we needed those drugs to fight.
We needed them at the time, and I'm saving them for the first relapse, really.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I'm hoping we have it at the same time. So
yeah,
But
anyways, that's the good news. We took them down, and if you're wondering why they're closed, you can thank us.
Yeah. Every time you pass that sign, say thanks to Honks Podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is where I want to pick a bone with an old saying.
Okay.
Did you ever watch like NYPD Blue?
Yeah.
CSI, crime scene investigation.
Oh, I love those shows.
Yeah. Murder porn, basically.
Sure.
It's murder porn.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and they say one thing in most of those shows, and it is a trip to me because it makes me feel like I'm smarter than every criminal in the world.
Right.
And one thing they say in there is the criminal always, the perpetrator, I guess, always returns to the scene of the crime, right?
Okay, so they commit a crime, they go back?
Yeah.
Why would they?
Why would you go back?
Yeah, why would you go back?
Like, what? I mean, in what world would it make sense for you to go back? I mean...
Right. Did you leave something? Like, I mean, I have heard that before, though.
Yeah. I mean, and if you left your wallet behind at the murder scene...
Yeah.
Then maybe you would want to go back, but... At that point, you're screwed because your wallet's there. It's probably got your ID and everything else.
Yeah, you can't go around asking, like, showing your face, like, hey, have you seen a wallet?
Yeah, exactly.
With so-and-so's name and the ID?
Yeah.
Like, that's not a great idea.
You can't just ask around. You can't just, like, go to the police station. Oh, yeah, that's my wallet all covered in blood.
Yeah.
You know?
Might as well just turn yourself in.
So, it brings up two things. You know, I'm not a murderer, okay?
Right.
I'm not going to kill anybody.
Okay.
But if I was going to kill somebody,
yeah,
I wouldn't bring my wallet.
Okay.
And I wouldn't return to the scene of the crime. You know?
Yeah, that seems like a good move.
You know, I mean, some people might think, you know, but I'm going to get hungry after I murder someone. Mm-hmm. So what am I going to do about money? Where am I going to go buy some food because I'm going to be really hungry after that murder?
Right.
And really, all you need to do, you just need to take $5.39.
Okay.
You go down to a Taco Bell, you get yourself a Crunchwrap Supreme, and you're full. You're good. You just take the loose cash. Loose cash.
Interesting.
Loose cash is your best friend. Don't get blood on the cash, okay?
I had this idea about everybody knows Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah, totally. So you know Tony?
Uh-huh.
You know Tony down on 17th and Halsey?
Yeah.
I'm not a murderer, okay?
Okay.
I'm not going to murder anyone.
You already said that.
But if I was going to murder somebody, it'd be him.
Okay.
You know how there's that Taco Bell right there?
Yeah.
He works at that hospital at 17th and Halsey.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, it's just a thought. Like, I'm not going to kill him or anything. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyways, so I had this idea about like Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah.
He's got all this money.
I'm sorry, but I bought a gun.
Okay.
And there's a building like adjacent to it, right?
Yeah.
So like if I shoot down with I'm not going to kill him.
Got a lot of details.
I'm not going to murder him.
Yeah.
But like I would shoot him from there.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd take my $5.39 and I'd go get a Crunchwrap Supreme from the Taco Bell.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And I wouldn't return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be able to find out that I killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
So, you know, I mean, it's just something I think about sometimes.
Yeah.
That's okay. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks about that stuff, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, totally.
So anyways, Jeff Bezos.
It really pissed me off when my ex-girlfriend cheated on me with him. I still haven't forgiven him. So. Just think about that.
So Jeff Bezos, he's trying to colonize Mars, right?
You think I could murder Jeff Bezos?
I mean, probably not.
I don't think so. He'd probably be really hard to get to.
Yeah. I mean, he's on Mars, so.
Yeah, he's on Mars now?
Yeah.
What's he doing out there? What's he doing in space?
I think he's colonizing Mars.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right?
Is he?
Is it?
Is he up there with Musk and everyone, or?
I don't think so. I don't think they get along. They're like arch nemesis.
Really?
But here's the idea.
Yeah.
Bezos is spending all this money with shuttles or whatever and trying to like colonize Mars for the good of humanity.
Yeah.
And I think it was a huge mistake. This whole idea of his to colonize Mars. I think what he should have done was opened a restaurant, and he could be the chef of it, and he'd call himself Chef Bezos.
Chef Bezos.
Yeah. How is he going to miss that opportunity?
Yeah. How would he? I mean,
no, there's nothing that rhymes with that in space.
And he's supposed to be a smart guy.
You would think he would see that. When your name is Jeff.
Yeah.
Chef is
the next best thing.
Chef Bezos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that smart, am I?
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe I am. I don't know.
Maybe... I don't know. Maybe we should... Maybe we should be billionaires. Do you think we could become billionaires?
We could do it, yeah.
Yeah.
If we kill Jeff Bezos...
Yeah.
We could take his money.
We could take his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, remember that one time that Tony showed up to our party and he, like, took all the potted plants and just spread all the dirt all over the floor?
Yeah.
Because he was, like, being a really big drunk asshole.
Yeah.
I'm not going to murder him, but, like, that would be one reason that I would.
Right.
So, you know.
Okay.
I'm not motivated to do it or anything. So,
yeah.
You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about, like, the different names that people give weed?
Yeah.
Like, why is it that a plant called cannabis has been called, like, stupid names, like marijuana is, like, made up.
Yeah.
But weed is, like, aren't dandelions weed?
Yeah.
You don't smoke dandelions.
Well, I mean, weed is like, you don't want weeds, right?
Weeds are bad. They have weed killers.
Who wants weeds?
Weeds are a bad thing.
Yeah.
So why would you call a plant that everybody loves weed?
What's the other name? Grass?
Grass? Have you ever smoked grass?
Do you have grass? Who calls it grass anymore?
Did you smoke grass?
Like your dad? I bet your dad calls it grass.
I heard you were smoking grass.
I heard you were smoking grass with your dad in the 70s.
I heard you were cutting the lawn and smoking grass with your dad.
In the 70s.
What is... And then, like, dope?
Yeah.
What about that one?
Dope. Why?
Hey, I think you might be smoking dope in here. It smells like dope.
It smells like dope. It's like that. Dope. Isn't that what heroin you call heroin?
I think it's the same. I think it's the same thing. Are they the same drug?
Well, I mean, was that like a reefer, Matt? That's another name. Reefer.
Reefer?
Where'd that come from?
I don't know what you're referring to.
I don't. I mean, a coral reef, maybe?
Reefer?
Does weed look like a reef?
I forgot about reefer.
Yeah.
That's a really stupid word.
Yeah.
What do you think's the dumbest out of those? Probably dope, huh?
Dope. I think dope is the dumbest. I also think grass is really dumb.
Because dope means cool now.
Yeah.
Dope means awesome.
Grass is just like a thing that's there, though. You know? I mean, there's nothing cool or interesting about grass.
I'm going to go cut the grass.
I'm going to go cut the grass. I'm going to go smoke some grass. What?
Sounds dumb.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
That sounds like it would taste horrible.
Yeah. That's gross. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Yeah. You know, there is one bone that I wanted to pick with you.
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
And I'm not going to murder you or anything.
Okay.
Because I'm not a murderer.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You said that several times.
Yeah. I'm just making sure you know. And I mean, we got a lot of listeners now.
Yeah.
So I just want you to know that I'm not trying to kill people. Okay.
Right.
I'm not that kind of guy. But we didn't do an episode last week.
That's true.
Where the fuck were you, dude?
I actually slept in.
In the evening?
Well, I slept through the week, actually.
I was sitting here. I had the lights and the camera and
Did you?
it was ready to go. I just waited
Yeah.
for hours and you never showed up.
I forgot to set my alarm clock, so I just kind of slept through the week.
Yeah.
But
really? Did you
yeah.
have any good dreams or whatever?
I didn't I didn't dream at all.
You didn't dream at all?
Yeah. I was asleep. I just slept through it.
Did it just seem like a really short amount of time?
I think I did dream, but I slept through that.
Yeah.
I slept through the dreams.
Well, I was so sad about it that I didn't even post anything on the internet about
Really?
it. Yeah.
I didn't either because I was sleeping.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you can't sleep text.
I bet you could do it.
You could shoot me a PDF real quick
Yeah.
in your sleep.
Shoot me a PDF of your taxes real quick.
Yeah. Let me get that. Let me get your info. Okay.
Yeah. Can you fill out this PDF?
Yeah, can you sign this PDF for me real quick?
DocuSign?
So, DocuSign?
Can you DocuSign my lease for me?
I got a little link in this email I'm going to send you.
Yeah.
I want you to click the DocuSign.
Can you unzip these attachments and then sign the docu?
Unzip your attachments.
Right.
I'll tell you that much right now.
Why aren't attachments zip-offable? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only zip them on.
And then if you're going to zip them off, you're going to unzip. What if I don't want to unzip?
What if you just want to zip off?
Yeah.
And then be done with it?
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes I think about just zipping off.
Really?
Yeah. Just hitting the road, you know?
The dusty old road?
Zipping off into the ether.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Why is the road so dusty? You would think that would settle by now.
Yeah, the old dusty trail.
What's up with all that?
Because, I mean, it was an old and dusty trail like 100 years ago.
Why is it so old?
Yeah. The dust should have settled by now.
Yeah, I mean, dust has a tendency to settle down after a while.
And I mean, if there's a lot of people hitting the old dusty trail, I guess, you know, it's going to kick up a lot of dust, but eventually there's not going to be any more dust.
You know what I do is I hit it with a garden hose.
You hit it with the garden hose. Yeah. Wet it down.
That usually takes it down a notch.
Yeah. Wet it down. Don't deal with the dust.
It takes dust down a notch, and it's good for your respiratory system.
Yeah.
So your respiratory is better.
Yeah.
You can breathe rasp better.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to do the old ding dong dust, you know.
Yeah, you play ding dong dust.
Ding dong dust.
Yeah.
You do the ding dong on the door, then you hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah.
Ah.
Just open the door and they see a big cloud of dust.
Yeah, big cloud of dust on your ding dong.
That's what you do. Hit that with a garden hose.
Yeah.
Takes it right down.
Yeah, hit it with a garden hose. If you guys are dealing with an excessive amount of dust, just grab a garden hose. Okay.
It'll take care of it. And stop smoking so much grass.
Stop smoking so much grass.
Just hit it with a garden hose.
Hit it with a garden hose. Because if there's, you know, I mean, dust is not something you want in the air.
It's not best airborne. It's actually better on the ground.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Just kind of zip it up.
Yeah, zip it up.
Yeah. Zip off.
Zip off, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Live the dream. Just zip off.
Just zip off.
Yeah. Just
you know?
zip off.
Zip off.
Yeah. That's kind of what I want Tony to do. I'm not going to murder him or anything. I just want him to zip off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, he's been zipped on for so long.
Yeah.
It's like
can you zip off?
Zip off.
I mean, he's got an alcohol problem too.
Yeah.
He's not checking himself like I am.
I mean, I guess a good killing would take care of that alcohol problem.
I'm a good man.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a weird like murderer or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
But
I don't know. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What's up with guys like I was listening to Apple News recently. Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, the host of this thing was like, they had the ads play or whatever, and those are stupid and annoying. And then the guy comes on who's like the host of this news thing. He's like the anchor. And he's like, when parents find out what's going on with their kids, and what's this gonna do for the consumer of the economy?
Is that how he talks when he goes home to his family?
Yeah, I was like, what kind of voice?
What's up, little Tommy? It's really good to see you.
Do you want some applesauce on your plate?
Did you have a long nap today, Tony?
It's just kind of a creepy voice to use. Yeah. It's like, I get it, you're trying to get everybody's attention, but it's like...
You kind of sound like Batman, but you're forcing it.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Batman.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that growing up for years now. It's just like, you know, tune in at 11 o'clock and find out why, blah, blah. It's like this like ominous tone. It's like, can you just talk to me like a person?
Yeah.
Like, and stop like trying to control my emotions?
Do you think people might be more interested in what you have to say if you talk like that all the time?
I think so. I think that's why they do it, you know? I think I should probably try it.
It's like, what are you going to have for dinner tonight?
Well, first I'm going to grab a piece of steak and I'm going to cook it on the grill. I'm going to make it about medium rare and I'm going to put that on a plate.
Yeah.
Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to saute some asparagus.
You just
can't. Yeah.
You just described how you're going to eat steak and asparagus for dinner.
Sounds so much more interesting than it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you use that voice, maybe more people will listen to you. I mean, maybe we can.
I think it's so dumb though, because like the lady he had on as a guest talked normal. She was like a normal person. They were talking about this. They were actually talking about Facebook and all this stuff. This was like a week or two ago.
Okay.
And they were talking about the damage it does to kids. And the lady was just like, oh, whoa, 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 and like her normal voice.
Yeah.
And he was like,
do you think that parents really understand what this is doing to their young brains?
I was just like,
that sounds pretty contrived.
Even when you're talking with a person who talks normally, you still keep that voice.
Yeah.
I just don't. Actually, I'm having a memory now. When I was in high school, we had a theater production, and we went to our local news outlet at like 5 a.m. when they do news.
Wow.
And we met with this what I was like a local celebrity to me. He was like one of the news anchors, and I just remember him like smoking cigarettes like on the corner, like in between segments.
Yeah.
And when we actually met him, he was so fake.
Yeah.
He was such a slime ball.
Yeah.
I was just like, you're a slime bag, dude.
Yeah.
And I punched him in the crotch.
You punched him in the crotch?
In my head, I did.
In your mind, you did.
In my mind. But I was just like, man. And he talked like that too. He had this whole put on thing where he was just like,
yeah, because you're not one of those guys who just runs around and punches people in the crotch.
You know, I had some work. I did some work.
Yeah.
I did some real work.
Yeah.
And I got that issue under control.
Okay.
I wrangled it.
You wrangled it in.
I reeled it in.
Yeah.
I really did. I reeled it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But he was a real D-bag. And I think that's like kind of, maybe that's just true for maybe we're D-bags now for doing this.
When I was a kid, I met the local weatherman. I can't even remember the guy's name, but he was actually a really nice dude.
Really?
Are weathermen like nice people?
I think they're the only ones that are nice.
Well, I mean, I think they're like the only ones that are like real.
Yeah.
I think the rest of them are fake.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I don't think they exist.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.